Today, let's have a look at 2-minute bench vise. Simply cut out a piece of plywood. Easy as this. Drill 2 or 3 holes in it. Let's have a look at what you can do with that next. So now on the front of the bench, I have actual location marks. Little mini red marks that tell me exactly where these holes would go, along with 50,000 other holes. But nonetheless, it's as easy as mounting this up. And now you have something to clamp to that's rigid. If you really need it rigid, you can put as many screws in it as you want. But I was going to do some acrylic sanding. And in order to do that, you need to have it vertical. And in order to be vertical, I need a bench vise. But my bench vises have to be removable. I can't have something that stays on. I'm always walking around the front of it. I wouldn't like the extra room it would take. So this is instantly removable, and it's good rock solid hard surface if you add plenty of screws. 2 is really enough for this by far. I can now sand this really nice, and when I get to the other edges, no matter how tall they are, you're either doing this or you're doing this on here and still clamping it again. So it doesn't matter the size. This is still very versatile. The problem with an actual bench vise is that you have those spindles, 1 in the middle, 2 on each side. I'm like, well, how useless. You can't put much through it then because there's stuff in the way. On this, you can put any size you want in here. Just 6 foot wide if you like. Put another one of these on the other side of the bench. Put 2 of them on. So this is real cheap, inexpensive, costs nothing. I'm sure you have you burn or throw away parts like this. I deburred it and chamfered the ends. Good to go. I've used this just dozens and dozens and dozens. I can't even tell you how many times. It's all about what strength you need on here. If you guys need to do a 2x6, by all means, do a 2x6. I don't need that much beef, if you will, for the parts that I'm doing. So a simple clamping like this is all the more I need. Works out pretty darn good. Aside from that, you can go with little tiny ones. There's no reason you have to have something even 3/4 if you're just sanding small parts. It's all about what you need. Then other than that, if you don't want to clamp to the front of your bench, or if you don't want to screw to the front of your bench, you could also put a cleat, a bigger chunk of wood, against the bottom of a piece, let's say, so it's sticking out. Drill holes through the bottom of that, and now you could put it onto the edge and screw from the bottom if you didn't want any holes in the bench. But what I like is I can still use my cutting mat at the same time because it's set up flush with the bottom of the bench. So once again, dual purpose, works out pretty good. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments, and take care.